Hello there, so this is the collapsing part of the Goliath Beetle tutorial. In the previous video we've put all the creases on the paper. Some of them are missing, but we'll fix that in this part. And what collapsing really means is basically bringing all the creases from the crease pattern together, and those creases will provide us with the base. As I said before, there is a crease pattern on which you can find in the link in the video description. You can print it, and there are also mountain and valley folds. The crease pattern is also a slightly newer version, which has a slightly modified part right over here. And yeah, you can use it as a reference for collapsing the model. You can try to collapse the model yourself, or you can just watch the video. So I guess we should just start. If you take a look at the crease pattern, there are certain areas that don't have any creases, such as this one or this one or this one. That's due to the fact that this model is made out of pentagon. Of course not it's made out of irregular pentagon. So now in this step we'll cut those corners and add some missing creases. And I'm referring to the level shifters, which can be really see here, to this level shifters. I forgot to put them in the previous video. So what I'll do now is use a cutting knife and a metal ruler to cut the corners. So have a glass and a ruler, and of course a cutting blade. You need to count 2 units. Here's 1, 2. Well, I think you'll recognize them from before. They are the ones that represent the legs of the model. So I need to cut through this crease. Do this very precisely, although even if you're not as precise, it won't really make a difference, since this part will be hidden when we shape the model. So let's do that on this side. Make sure to use a metal ruler. And this one might be a little bit tricky. You need to cut along this line. I'll just zoom in so that you can clarify if you've done everything correctly. So where's the zoom button? It's here. So you need to cut through this crease. Okay, don't cut through this one or any other crease that might seem right. So let's cut it. Well, that's pretty much it. So now we have a pentagon. So let me zoom out. And there we go. Okay, so now we can add additional creases, and we can finally start collapsing, and here of course shape and manipulate the flaps we have, and tweak them and get the final model. So the creases that we need to add are those. So let me just zoom in so I can show you those 3 level shifters, or those diamond creases. So they're located right here. Okay, so I'll make a mountain fold along that line, like this, and I'll work on them. I'll make a mountain fold on my printed crease pattern as well. This way I can keep track of what I'm doing. And now it looks pretty much the same. So now we have to locate the symmetry line, which can be easily located, let's say from here. So then you just go this way. So this is my symmetry line, and this is the exact middle of the model. So if you take a look at the crease pattern, that's right this point. So you can see that we need to go right for 1 unit, and then make 3 consecutive level shifters. So let's do that. So as I said, we go 1 unit to the right, and now we make the level shifters. Now I'll just rotate the paper because I find it easier to fold this way. Okay, now don't get confused. Our middle line is slightly larger. then the other one. Okay, so let's crease these diamonds. So you just bring the edge of the paper to the crease, and that's all you have to do. What I like to do is make all the lines in this direction and then do them in the other. So now you have to skip one unit and do it again, like this, and then skip another one and do it yet again. Okay, now I can also do that on the other side. So if I can imagine that I count one unit to the right, and then I would have to make a line over there. So that's what I'll do now. Here's the first one, and there's the second one. Might be out of frame, sorry about that. And there is the third one. There. Okay, and now that I have them in this direction, I'll do the same thing in the other. So there is a missing crease over here, here, and one more. And I have to repeat that on the other side. So the creases are again going in the same direction. Here's one, two, and the final one, third one. And I think those are all the lines that you need to pre-crease in order to fold them all. Okay, so now it's the fun part, the collapsing. This might be the easiest, or it might be the hardest part of them all. It depends on how experienced you are, but I'll try to make instructions as clear as possible. So let's do it. Let's take a look at the crease pattern. Since I provided you with crease pattern that contains mountain and valley folds, you shouldn't have too much trouble doing it. Oh, and this part should be unfolded. I got scared that I might have cut that part in that process, but yeah, so let's zoom in. So the first step is to fold a rabbit ear that we folded before, so you just have to refold it. And now make a mountain fold along the line, like this. So you just fold it behind. And now you have to fold this edge up to here. So you just have to fold this down. You already have that crease, so you'll get that. And now you have to make a mountain fold along this line. You can locate it here. As you can see, you have the legs, and you need to fold along the first unit, and it has to be a mountain fold. So I've done that, and now I just fold it like this. Okay, hope that makes sense. I think we'll collapse this part over here, which might look a little bit weird, I guess. For those of you who have folded Kamiya Satoshi's, well, Satoshi Kamiya's, whatever, Phoenix will recognize this shape. It's exactly the same, and it's used over here as well. So if you folded that, you know, you would know how this is made. Pretty much all you have to do is this. I'm going to rotate that part slightly like this, and I'll show you how to do it. First of all, you need to make the line starting at this point, and it ends right here. It's a valley fold, so I'll try my best to do that. It's a very, very small line, unless you're using a big paper. And that line represents this one over here, which is pretty simple, because you have this crease over here, that crease is that, and as soon as that crease hits this, well, meets this 22.5 line, that's the place where you should have that horizontal crease. Okay, and as for these two lines, well, actually, since this is already a fully collapsed model, we're first going to make these two lines, and in order to make them, well, actually you don't have to make them, they're already there. So these two lines represent the lines and the crease pattern that I've just shown you. So as I said before, first fold that, then unfold. And now we're going to do something like this. So first fold along that line, like that. I'm just redoing the old crease. Okay, and now trying to try to collapse it again, like that. But in the same time doing the valley fold here, like this. And now folding this flat. Oh, that makes sense. I'll repeat it again. So all you have to do is fold along that, and then you sort of do a reverse fold, and then you flatten this part. So let's do it on the other side, it might make more sense. You can also first fold this rabbit ear fold, then make a valley fold along, not along that line, but along the second one. And now use the crease right here to flatten the whole model, as you can see. So now let's repeat the other one, and you'll end up with this. Take a look from behind, it should look like that. So all it is that. And we've collapsed this part of the crease pattern now. Now we need to do this kite-based thingy. So first of all, we're going to use this point and this point as our references. Now if you look closely, let's see, if you look closely, those two creases aren't exactly close to each other. The thing is, you're not going to be using this crease as a reference, but the one a little bit above it. They're pretty close to each other. If you're using the paper that's very small, you're not going to notice the difference. But if the paper is big enough, you will. So make the crease that goes from that point and then to the opposite point. I believe you can use this as a reference as well. So you're just folding this down. I might be wrong, but it seems I'm right, so I'll just go with that. So you have to fold it down like this, and now you're going to flatten like this. You're going to use this crease and make a valley fold along it, and try to flatten the model by folding this edge to the crease behind it, like this, and I'm making this flat. I'm sort of getting something similar to the fish base now, so I'm going to take that flap, hold it, and then try to flatten the whole model. Now I can fold this to the left, and I've done this. Okay, so we've finished that part of the crease pattern. Okay, so that's pretty much it for now. We'll continue with level shifters. So let's take a look at the crease pattern. I'm going to use the original one. So first of all, we'll do those two level shifters, this one and this one. Perhaps later this one as well, but for now we'll do these two. So those two are located right here, right beneath the head. This part represents the head. I hope you get that. Let me see, on this model it looks like that. Okay, so let's do that level shifter. So the easiest way to do it is to first make a mountain fold along this crease. So you're folding this thing behind. Like that. So you're making a mountain fold. Like that. And then valley fold along the next crease. Now, don't fold very sharply. Just crease it very lightly, and do it on the other side as well. Okay, so you'll end up with something like this. Now here's what we are going to do. When the model is folded like that, so I'll hold the model folded like that, we are going to make a mountain fold along this crease. So make a mountain fold right here, and then go all the way to the top, but hold this part. Try to use your hands from the bottom. I mean, just push the paper from the bottom like this, go all the way to here. Now we can see that paper wants to fold into a diamond on its own. I hope that makes sense. You see there's that diamond, so I'm going to push it inside. It's very similar to the little part where you do the twisting fold at Kawasaki rows, and try to flatten it. And if you manage to do that, this crease will become a mountain fold, and you'll be able to flatten the paper completely and get this. Okay, so basically all it does, it extends this little part. Okay, you see, it makes it wider. Now, if some of you guys weren't able to do it, I'll open the model like this to show you. So there's the diamond I was talking about. From behind, it looks like that. So the paper folds like this, and you get the diamond shape. Okay, so I guess I'll do the right level shifter and then we'll repeat everything on the other side. Or maybe no, let's do it on the other side as well, right now. So as I said before, make a mountain fold along the crease that's now valley folded, like this. So I'm making the mountain fold along that crease, and then I'm just going to push the paper inside, and it will automatically form the little square like diamond fold I was talking about before. And then you make a mountain fold along this crease, and then make a valley fold here. So you're not really making valley fold down there like this, but it's actually along the already existing crease. We're not making any new creases, we're just using the creases we now have. And this is what you should have. Okay? So now, let me just zoom in, we'll do the next level shifter. First step is to fold this flap to the left, like this. Don't crease it sharply, since you'll create some new creases over here. So, just fold it lightly like that. And now hold it there with your finger and open this area. If we take a look inside, we'll find a big diamond fold. So let me see, let me try to show you. It's right here. That's the side, and it goes there, and then push. We're going to make a mountain fold along its diagonal. So I'm going to do it just to show you what it looks like. So here's a mountain fold along its diagonal, and then make valley folds along the edges, like that. From behind, it really looks like a square there. It's easier to do it from behind. And once you do that, you're going to flatten the model. So from this side, it will rearrange some layers. So as I said before, this is folded down, and now you're making a mountain fold along this crease. And now I'm going to flatten the model like that, and then make a valley fold along the crease that's next in line. And as you can see, the abdomen is even wider now. It's 1, 2, 3 little units, so 1.5. So if you turn around the paper, you'll find this extra flap. Here's a flap arrangement. Okay, find this extra flap and you're going to do an open sync. So the way you do that is you first fold this like that, and now you do a regular open sync. You can either do like a spread sync or do a real open sync. I'll do the spread sync for the sake of this video. And then you flatten it. So this is how the model should look like so far. Okay, so now let's repeat everything on the other side. This time I'll do the diamond thingy from behind to show you a different approach. Okay, so this side is already done and this one's about to get done. There is a diamond there, so we are making a mountain folds along these two edges, which are the edges of the diagonal, and then a mountain fold here. So I'll do that first. You're sort of pushing the paper inside. You can also perhaps do this. This might be even better explanation. You're going to fold this up and then do like a squash fold there. So I'm just going to squash this part. Squish it like that, okay. And now make it flat by making a mountain fold here, here, and then just flattening everything like that. Okay, so I'll turn around to see the arrangement of flats. As you can see, the square thing I was talking about is done. And now I'm just going to rearrange the flaps and completely flatten them all. There we go. So from behind we'll have that extra flap that's sticking out. So do a spread sync according to the crease pattern. Also do an open sync, doesn't make a big difference. Perhaps later in shaping it might be, this area might be a little bit thicker because of the 2 extra layers. If you do a spread sync, it might be a little bit easier to manipulate or to shape those layers, but it doesn't really make a big difference, so don't worry about it. So this is how everything should look like when it's flat. So this should be behind as well. So there we go. Okay, from behind it looks like this. So I guess we'll worry about head level shifters now. Yeah, so let's do them now. So let me just zoom in. It's very similar to what we've done now. It's maybe a little bit more trickier, but the way I like to do it is by sort of looking at it from the top, and the level shifters are located here. So I'm just going to open this slightly, and you'll see the squares, little diamonds there, right? You're going to make them valley fold. You're going to valley fold them. So let me do one just to show you. So you're going to change the direction of this crease. This is mountain fold now, and it's going to become a valley fold. As you can see, when I tried to make it valley fold, this level shifter started folding on its own, and that's actually his job, just to change the direction of creases. And there you go, it already works like this. Okay, so this gets folded behind, and this gets out. Let me do another one for you. So I'm looking from the top and I'm pushing it from behind with my finger. Like this. Let me try to get those two together. Like this, and here's going to be a valley fold. That'll work pretty well. And there's a last one. It's quite small. I mean, like that. Just it takes patience. Well, there you go. And now I can fold them all at once. And all it does is it arranges flaps in this manner. So let me show you the previous flap and arrangement. It was like that, and now you changed it to that. Quite cool, right? So let's do everything on the left side as well. So as you can see, it's pretty simple. You just change first the direction of this crease, so now it gets mountain folded instead of valley folded, and then the paper sort of automatically wants to move in that manner. So you just continue the movement and do all the level shifters. There's another way you could collapse them, and that is by, might be a bit easier. Let's see. It works like this. You're going to look at the paper from behind and make a valley fold along this crease. And you do sort of like a squash fold, like that. Okay. And as you can see, you're folding along that diamond shape. So you sort of take this like that. Then you get it together and then do this, and it works in the same way. But I prefer this way of doing it. You just pop them out from behind. Maybe for that last one, it would be a lot easier to use the method I just showed you. So you're doing that squash fold thingy, and you put it all together like that, and there we go. So when you flatten everything, one of them unfolded over here. So let me just get it back. Its new position, and there we go. And when everything is flat folded, it should look like this. I have a little test fold over here later for shaping the head, but I can also show you the way you do level shifters on this paper as well. So as I said before, you first have to fold this to the left, and now you do a squash fold thingy. It's just basically if you were to fold the paper like that, okay, and now you do a squash fold, and now imagine that there is a crease right here. So you fold this down, and then you create that crease by bringing layers together like that, and then you just untuck the white part, and you get this, and then you just repeat. You repeat the same sequence over and over until you've done it for 3 times, and then you can proceed with collapsing. So I'll do it again. Hopefully I'm not out of frame. So this, and you get those two together, and that's it. So it's quite simple. Now I can get all of that together, just like that, and then I'll show you how to do head shaping on this little test fold later. Okay, so once you've done that, let's move into something more fun. Oh, there's another level shifter that we can do now. Let's do it. Right here there is another diamond, You can see it, and we'll do exactly the same as we did now with the white ones. Instead, we're doing it like on this black one. So first, I like to make mountain folds along this crease and the one here. And as you can see, it already wants to move on its own, and from behind it might be even easier. You just push the square like that, and now you have to get all the creases together. Like that. So there we go. So let's do it on the other side, but from behind. So all I've done is first you just push this inside like that. Make a mountain fold along this crease, and then 2 valley folds here, and the paper will sort of fold on its own and perform the level shifter. That's pretty much how I learned level shifters. I just played around, diddle around with paper, and they got created on their own. So there's something natural that happens with paper. Okay, and you should have this. From the other side, it looks like that. And now we can, well, let's start collapsing this part. Let's open it a little bit, and you'll see that there is a crease going there. Hopefully you can see that. And we're going to make a mountain fold along this crease, and then going to make, so let me show you here, a valley fold like that. And then mountain fold again. See, I brought those two together. And here is something that looks like alias stretch, and you can collapse that part. It's very unique for box splitting models, so if you've ever done one, you shouldn't have too many troubles. So this is the way it works. You have that, and then you just collapse it together, and you end up with this. And now I'm going to make a mountain fold along this crease. I might create some new additional creases, but just fold it lightly since we won't be using them, but it will make our life easier when we collapse it. So we have that. So let's repeat on the other side. So as before, first a mountain fold here, then you sort of make a valley there, like that, and then you fold those two together, like that. And as for this part, you can either make a mountain fold there, or you can fold it like this. It really makes no difference. If you do it like that, or if you fold it like that. I personally like to do it this way, and that's why I'll change it here as well. So all you need to do is make a valley fold along that crease, and that's it. So now let's bring those two together. Do this. And let's try to collapse those two down. You'll end up with that. And now you do a squash fold, and you'll find this familiar to something called a water bomb base. Although it looks more like a preliminary base right now, but essentially this is what you're going to get. Looks very cool, right? So you can already see the shape of the beetle. This is the head, obviously, and here is an abdomen, and yeah, some other parts. So let's collapse those other parts. So I'm just going to open this part. Maybe I should zoom out a little bit, like that. And you just follow the crease pattern, pretty much. See, we're collapsing this part over there. We'll leave this for later. So for now, I want you to make a mountain fold along this line. And then a couple of valleys here. You can already start collapsing the leg that is located there. It's pretty simple. It's an alias stretch. And you'll make a mountain fold there. Bring those two together. As for this one, it's very easy to collapse as well. You hold those two together, pull them apart. This will create an extra mountain fold, fold along it, and then collapse this little part as a fish base. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So this part. There, this part is pretty much collapsed. Okay, so let's do it on the other side. So I started here by collapsing the leg. Like that. Everything can get collapsed. I'll hold those 2 feet or legs, whatever, together, and then try to collapse everything into this shape. Looks like a box now. And we are almost done with collapsing. As you can see, we already have 2 legs. 2 pairs of legs, and the 3rd pair is on its way. Okay, and now basically the hardest part perhaps of this model. It really isn't that bad, maybe a little bit tricky, and it has something to do with those weird level shifters that you have encountered before. I have actually a little test fold here with me that helps me. There are a couple of solutions to that. This is one of the weird solutions. This one works pretty good, and it can be done with those creases. But I found another solution that's perhaps a little bit easier, that has some additional lines, but who cares about additional lines, right? So the way it really works is you have to open this part. Okay, you can already see the level shifter there. And I'm going to make a mountain fold along this crease and the one next to it. And you can already make a mountain fold along this. What we are really trying to do is, you have some weird stuff over here and you're not able to perform this alias stretch here on the bottom. And because of that, there must be a level shifter that will make a transition between that weird part of the weird looking part of the model to the more familiar one. So just make a mountain fold like this for now and try to put the paper into its, let's say, the form that I want it to be. So that's looks like this. See the flap arrangement. Is like this. Now some of you guys who might be lazy, you can either like crumple this part, but highly recommend you to just finish it and wait. Here is that little crease I had it before, and I've put flaps together. And then I'll push it this part a little bit farther, and now see what can be done. Let's see how is this part folded. So we'll have to collapse this somehow, and the way to do it is by making a mountain fold there as I did before, and the mountain fold next to it. So just redo those two folds, and you see I get that. I'm going to fold this up, like bring this up, and try to get to this state. Let me just open so that you can see it. Looks very weird, but you'll end up with doing, so I'm sort of collapsing everything now. We're doing this twisty fold and then just flattening it down. Like this. And that's it, that's all the magic. I'll repeat everything again because this part is clearly tricky. So I'll go from the start to finish. For those of you who have done it, well done. Congrats. So this is what we've had before. Okay? So the first step is to open the model a little bit. And now arrange the flaps in such a way that we want them to be arranged. For example, this should be mountain folded. So I'll fold this like that. And I don't worry at what happens out there. It's just important to pass this little, let's call it gate. And you see this part already folds naturally like that. Okay? And I'll do that on the other side as well. And now those flaps are arranged in this way. I want this crease to be right here. So I'll take that and fold it over. Okay? And I'll fold it over like that. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. On the left side. And do that. And now stuff basically collapses on its own. You see this part is where we're looking now, so but we're going to make it look familiar in a second. I brought it up like this. See, this part is wrong. I need to push it this direction. And now when you come to this, you just have to perform this twisting motion. And that's it. So that's one way of doing it. The other way is you could do a closed sink now. And that's exactly the way designer showed it on his crease pattern. But I'm not going to do that since the paper might rip and yeah, but perhaps you can do it. Let's try it actually. So I'm just going to push the paper inside. It's more of this, it's not really origami now since I'm crumpling, but I'm just pushing the paper inside until it gets to the point where, oh, there we go. It worked on the other side. Yeah, you're pushing the paper inside. It's already got a bit messy right over here. But on the left side it actually worked pretty well. I'm going to open it and fix what can be fixed. And now bring everything back together. Yeah, I can probably fix something if you look from the bottom. Yeah, it looks right. So there we go. Sort of. This part got crumpled, so yeah, it's not a very good idea to do the close sync after you do the sequence of moves I showed you to do. But yeah, so let me just put it back to the original place. It just works a little bit easier. If you want a challenge, you can try it this way, but it really makes no difference. So no, it's hard to get in the same stage where I was before, but I'll do my best. And there we go. That's it. So I'll just stand there. Okay, so that's it. Now the only thing left is to collapse this part, which are the front legs. I mean the back legs. It's just the regular alias stretch. Alias's stretch, perhaps. And there we go. Now I'm going to collapse everything back together and then stretch them like this. And pull them up. And that is our base. Oh, there are a couple of more things we have to do. These things, we didn't pre-crease those. That's because they're pretty easy to do right now. So we'll start with this part. And all it is, I'll fold the legs down. So just fold this down, fold the other one down, like this. Let me show you. So first, I'll fold this up a little bit because it's getting in the way. Okay, so fold a 45-degree crease, like that. Okay, now reverse fold it. Inside reverse fold. Okay, now fold it down. Hold it like this. Well, actually just stretch it, and then instead of having a valley fold there, make a mountain fold. Like this. Now collapse everything back together. Okay, that's the only thing you had to do there. Now let's worry about this part. Go all the way to the end, and you're going to do that 45-degree thingy here as well. So I'm just making a 45-degree fold there. It's already a reverse fold. Could have pre-creased it, but free fold it like that. Okay, and then do it, I believe, 2 more times. So I'll start with the end, like that, and then do it for the second time. And finally for the third time, which was the first try, right? And then you'll get this very weird, unuseful looking. I'll look from it from the other side, okay? So now you have to do this. You have to hold it here, and now stretch it again. Make a mountain fold, like from that point to the other one. And now collapse this part, collapse the other part. Then we're going to make like 2 45-degree creases there, like this. That's it. That's it, pretty much. There, and you need to repeat it on the other side as well. So this is an antenna, this is the eye, and those are the jaws. and I'll repeat everything on the other side. As I said before, first we do the reverse folds. Perhaps you can try to do it right away. I'll try to do it right away now. First I'll make that there, 45 there, looking from the other side, and make the crease that connects the endings of those 45-degree creases, like this. Yeah, it's faster. And now fold this like that, and then go fold everything together in this weird way. And now do those first 45 there, and then the other one. Works pretty much the same, and that's it. So two antennas, like one pair of antennas, one pair of eyes, and a pair of jewels. There we go. We're pretty much done with the base. There is one more little fold that we have to do, and then we can move to shaping. All it is, it's just folding this edge to the crease. It's like doing a kite base. Not a kite, yeah, like a kite base. And now you do the spread, well, not spread sync, but reverse fold. It's like making the traditional, what is it called? Traditional frog base, okay? And now fold it down, fold it to the left, make a multifold along this fold, and then push that inside like this. Fold this to the right, and then do the same thing. You just want to reverse the creases like that, okay? And now open this whole part, and instead of having two mountain folds here, have two valley folds, and the middle crease becomes a mountain fold. And collapse everything back together like this. Okay. And there is two more folds, I think, and those are. This is going to be very weird. I'm going to do my best to explain it to you, but the way you do it is it involves crumpling if you're free folding it, because pre-creasing is way too hard. All you have to do is put your finger here inside, and then try to fold this model along that line. So try to make it fold over like that. And when you're doing this, you'll be creating some new creases right here. You'll feel it. So I'll do my best to do it correctly. This is the trickiest part of the model, trust me. So you're trying to fold this over, and in the same time you're creating some new creases. There I like to create the stuff will shift around. Like that. Let's see from this side. You can pretty much crumple in everything, and but I'll try to do it in this manner. So I'm just folding that one over like this and making it flat. This one worked pretty well, perfectly actually. You're creating this crease while doing that. You see, pretty weird structure. And the only reason we are doing that is because we want to achieve very nice color changes. And I've done it pretty cleanly here. So I might actually show you how to shape the head on this fold. So I'll try to do it right here. So I guess the first step is to make a perpendicular line to the other line here. So you just have to push your finger like this, and you see that's sort of correct. And now I can use the other one that I've done as a reference and connect the creases together. So here's one crease and the other one is here, like that, and you're just folding that over folding that over, and you're squash folding the stuff that's inside. Yeah, pretty bizarre. It doesn't look right, so I'll try to do it again. No, it looks right. The trick is to fold this flap to the left or to the right if you're working on the other side. And now try to do it again. If it still doesn't work, I'm just going to open it from inside and see how I can repeat the folds. But I think that won't be necessary because I think I'll be able to do it. You just need to play around with this for a while, and I think you'll be able to figure it out. Okay, it worked. So it's like that. I'm folding it over and making everything flat. It's going to create a bunch of new folds. You can crumple it. It won't make a difference. It won't be seen, but for the sake of, you know, doing origami, this is how the clean fold should look like. You see, you're creating a bunch of this bizarre, odd looking shapes, and if you manage to do this, you won't have any problems finishing the model. Perhaps I'll show you again on this fold. So first let me just fix it. There. Wow, it's quite hard. Sorry, I'm out of frame. And there we go. It seems to work. Let's just flatten that diamond shape. The diamond shape is giving me troubles. I should have folded it before, like this. And now the other side. There. And now do the fold I was about to do before. There, now it's pretty simple. Okay, so as I said before, once you have that, try making, I'm not sure if you can see this, but yeah, let me find it. Yeah, try making a perpendicular fold there, like that, and connect it with, I don't know, some imaginary center. I mean, it's already starting to collapse in the right direction as soon as you do that. Now you just have to fold it over with creating the additional creases and not actually crumpling the paper, and here it worked perfectly, like that. And now I can fold it to the right. So you can see the arrangement of flats. I folded that, and a couple of new folds occurred there. So let's do it on the other side. So first step is to make that perpendicular crease, like that. That will sort of start the movement, and now you just need to end it by folding it to the right and squash folding the things that are inside. And there, it worked perfectly again. So now I can fold it to the left, and there you go. Now this thing is ready to shape. And there's one additional crease well, actually two, because we need to repeat it on the other side. We want to make this part larger for one more unit, and there is enough of the paper here. So what you want to do is locate this flap and now put your finger like this inside, and now try to squash fold this part, but at the same time you're going to be creating some new extra creases that are going like that. Let's take a look from here. So you had this, okay, and now you're going to pull this out. There are so many ways of doing that. One of the ways is on the crease pattern I have before me. There we go. You're just putting that part out like this, and then flat folding it again. And I've created this new triangle thingy there. Let me show you on the other side. So you fold this to the right, you fold to the right again, and now you try to do that. Like that, and then you push it. And then some kind of triangle will be created, as you can see. And the trick is just to finish the movement nicely without crumpling the paper. And there you go. There's a triangle. And that's it. That's now finally it. We've finished collapsing the base. All the creases that you'll find in the crease pattern in the link in the video description. And that's it for this video. In the next video I'll show you how to shape the model using MC and everything. I might be using this fold, or I might show you how to shape it with another additional fold that I've made just for shaping. So in any case, I think I'll probably teach you in this one, and then show you, and then do this one for fun, do like a time-lapse video of shaping this one or something. I mean, both are very good folds. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. So just head for the shaping video, and yeah, have fun. So see ya.